Eva, and today we will learn how to make this quilted crossbody bag for your phone, and there are 2 sizes available and the pattern I link down below in the video description. For this project you will need light to medium weight cotton fabric for the main fabric and for the lining, polyester batting and single folded bias tape. You can make the bias tape at home by watching one of my free videos at my YouTube channel. And also you will need some of the hardware pieces, cuttable zipper and crossbody bag pattern, which comes in 2 sizes, small and medium, and they are all linked down below in this video description. For the quilt style you will need to quilt front and back panel. Super important is that you always cut your fabric and batting a bit bigger than your pattern, about 2 centimeters all around. Would you like to see a full step-by-step quilting tutorial? Let me know in the comments down below or just comment yes. After the quilting is done, you can cut out all the pattern pieces following the pattern instructions. First of all, take your front and back panel and trace down all the triangular markings from the pattern to your quilted panels, making small notches or trace them with erasable pen. After, take your front panel and place it wrong side up and place the lining on the top with the right side up. Pin all around and sew with 1 centimeter seam allowance. Take your inside pocket and the right side is facing out. And this is optional, but you can top stitch the pocket upper edge to make it a little extra there. After, pin it in a place following the markings you made for inside pocket and sew it in a place with 1 centimeter seam allowance following the stitch underneath. If you are enjoying this tutorial, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me to create more patterns and more free tutorials for you. And if you would like to add a label, this is the time you can add it to your front panel in your desired place. Now we will sew the back panel. So take your back panel and place it right side up and place the zipper pocket with the wrong side up, aligning it with the markings you made before. Take your back pattern and trace down the zipper box onto your zipper pocket. Use heat erasable pen or pencil and after sew it with your sewing machine right where the trace markings are. Now you will need to cut box you just sew straight in the middle and following the cutting pattern I am showing you here, and make sure that you are not cutting through the stitch lines in the corners. Take your lining from one side and pull all the lining through this hole. Even out the edges of zipper opening and hand stitch them in place, so the zipper opening will get this nice boxy shape. You can also iron and press it slightly, but be careful so you don't lose the quilt style. Take your zipper, which you have chosen for your pocket. Make sure that it is longer than your zipper pocket, about 2 centimeters on both ends more, and place it right under the zipper opening, so it's inside of the box, and even it out and pin it in a place. Also check it is centered and that the zipper head or zipper pull is inside of the box. Sew it in a place all around the zipper with the nice and sharp corners from the right side of the back panel. And now you can take out your hand stitched threads using a seam ripper or stiletto if you have one. After that is done, you can place the back panel wrong side up so you see the pocket inside and fold the pocket in a half, leaving the zipper inside of the both pocket layers. And pin both sides of the pocket layer. Don't touch the back panel, just the pocket layer. And fold the back panel towards the center to the right side. It have to be away from the bottom and up edge of pocket, and sew these both pocket edges with 1 centimeter seam allowance. And now you can unfold the back panel. Trim the excess of the zipper endings and place the lining piece of back panel wrong side and lining piece right side facing up to you. Pin it in a place so it's even and match perfectly with the back panel, and sew it with 1 centimeter seam allowance all around. Now that you have made the back and the front panel, you will have to sew the all-around strap. So take your all-around strap main fabric and place it wrong side up and face the interfacing glue side towards the wrong side of the main fabric and iron it in a place. And place the lining piece on the top of the interface all-around strap and the lining right side facing up and stitch all around with 1 centimeter seam allowance. Now take your 2 loop pieces from the main fabric and fold them in a half and fold again the ends towards the center and pin them with needles or pins in a place and sew 2 lines from both of the edge with 1 millimeter or 2 millimeter seam allowance. Now take your loop pieces and slide it through the D-rings and fold it in a half. Pin or clip the ends together and center them on the top of the right side of the all-around strap on the both of the ends, so they are nice in the center, and sew it with 1 centimeter seam allowance. Now that you have sewed the D-ring loops in a place, you can attach the zipper by placing the zipper right side down and sewing one end of the zipper with 1 centimeter seam allowance. Make sure you are sewing only one end of the zipper because we will use the stitch line as a guide to measure the zipper length. And now we will use bias tape to bind this zipper and raw edge. So use the bias tape and fold it flat with the right side facing zipper and stitch it down with 1 centimeter seam allowance. Fold it again, wrapping all around the raw edge, pin it in a place and sew it right on top of the bias tape as close to the fold line as possible. Now you can cut off any excess of the bias tape so it is even with the all-around strap. Open the zipper and all-around strap and position the bias tape on the direction of the all-around strap and top stitch the bias tape with 1 centimeter seam allowance. And now you will need to mark down the zipper length. You can do it by measuring your preferred zipper length or take the given zipper length for the size you are sewing in the instructions table for zipper length. Measure it from the end you have just sewn and mark down the length of the zipper and add 1 or 2 centimeters more and trim it down with the scissors. Attach it to the other side, aligning it with 1 centimeter seam allowance, and the zipper length marking must match the 1 centimeter seam allowance. Sew it in a place and repeat the steps with the binding for this raw edge of the zipper ending. Take your front panel and follow the markings for the zipper strap and position the all-around strap, aligning it with the markings on both sides. Place it so that the right side of the all-around strap and the right side of the front panel is facing each other. Pin or clip it and sew all around with 1 centimeter seam allowance. And I will suggest you before sewing to make a little notches or cuts no longer than 2 or 3 millimeters to all of the corners of your all around strap and even in the zipper, and it will help you to make smooth and nice corners of the bag. And really take this step and make it slow and controlled, and it will help you to prevent any mistakes because maybe this is the most tricky part of the bag. Now you can trim down the excess fabric, and I would suggest to secure the corners with the pins out of your way because we will bind the raw edge with the single folded binding. Take your binding and place it on a free edge open flat. Fold the free edge of the bias tape towards you and not towards the back. Pin or clip it all around and sew it with 1 centimeter seam allowance right in the crease line of the bias binding. Finish stitching the bias tape other end a few centimeters over the first stitch of the bias end, and after this is done you can fold again the bias tape towards the raw edge and wrap around it, and you can pin it in a place with the needles or clips and sew all around exactly in a place where the fold line is or 1 or 2 millimeters away. And after you are finished stitching your first panel with the together with the strap, you can remove the needles from the corners, smooth out the corners, and attach the back panel following the same steps we just made for the front panel, and make sure that the markings for zipper and strap are matching, and sew it in a place, and repeat all the steps with the bias binding, and you can just follow this video guide I'm showing you. And please let me know what type of sewing tutorials you are preferring. Would you like more the voiceover, or you just follow the steps on the video? And I would be really happy about advices from you how to make this video even better, so that these sewing tutorials would be easy to follow and beginner friendly. Turn the bag right side out and smooth out all the corners. And now the last thing we will do is to make your adjustable strap. Take your strap piece and fold it in a half, and again fold the ends towards the center. I recommend to iron it, and after top stitch it with 2 straight lines with 1 millimeter or 2 millimeters from both of the edges. After you have finished that, you can take one of your hooks, slide it through the one of the free end, double fold the end, and stitch it down with 1 millimeter seam allowance. And you can top stitch it more than one time to secure it. And now take your slider piece and slide it through the other end. Insert the free end to the other hook you have, and pull the free end through the slider following the steps I am showing, and you will need to stop stitch it and to secure the strap. And after you will finish this, your strap will be adjustable. If you don't like to make adjustable strap and to buy hardware for these steps, you can just skip it, and one option is to buy already made strap. There are many kinds of the straps you can order on Amazon, but if you would really like to make and to sew this bag from start to finish, you can just make the strap and attach it in the step where you made the loops, and instead of the loops you attach the strap. And the final step is to attaching your adjustable strap to the bag. And thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to like and subscribe, and until my next sewing tutorial, bye!